Kia ora everyone and welcome to NZSO ENGAGE at Home. My name is Amy Brookman and we are in my living room today in Newtown. As you all know, at the moment the orchestra isn't able to perform live in concert halls across the country. But that doesn't mean that we can't bring music to you in your homes through the internet. For me, when I'm usually at work, I'm playing with the fabulous second violin section. But today I'm going to be doing something slightly different and talking to you about the science of sound. So, how is sound made and how do different instruments make noise? Essentially, sound is created when an object vibrates and it sends waves of energy through the air into our ears. This is known as a sound wave. The sounds can change depending on how fast or slow the object vibrates and also how big or small the object is. When vibrations are really fast, the sound is often higher in pitch, and when it's slow, it's lower in pitch. So here we have a fast sound wave, and here we have a slow sound wave. So you can see the difference between the two. Now when we think about the different musical instruments in the orchestra, each one has a very unique way of making sound. The violin, for instance, which is part of the string family, makes its sound by making the strings vibrate and sends the sound through the inside of the instrument, down through the bridge, through the sound post, which you can kind of see in that little gap there, and then the sound comes out of the F holes there. The other instruments in the string family, so there's violin, there's viola, cello, double bass, and harp. They all kind of essentially create sound in that same way. So let me just play you a little bit of the violin so you can hear what it sounds like if you've never heard one before. So that was me playing the violin, making vibrations by pulling the bow across the strings. If I get up nice and close, you can sort of see the string vibrating. See that bottom string there? You can also use your finger doing pizzicato or plucking the string. It's a bit easier to see the string moving with that one. So that's how the violin makes sound. Most players in the NZSO at the moment are probably at home practicing their instruments. But I've been doing something slightly different and I've been getting crafty. I've been rummaging through my recycling bin and I have been making some percussion instruments of my own at home. So now I'm going to show you my percussion lab. Alright, I'm just going to take you downstairs now into the laboratory. Just got to knock on the door, make sure no one's in there. No, I think we're good. It's dark. Hello! Welcome to my percussion laboratory. Now, I've been very busy experimenting in my laboratory with different things that I found around the home to make for you some really cool percussion instruments. Now, what we're going to do is go through each one and I'll show you how I've made them and then you can make some at home yourself. So the first thing we're going to start off with is my crocodile castanets. Now, crocodiles at this time of year are very common in Australia, which is where I'm from. You can often find them in swimming pools or sometimes in your toilets, so be careful of those over in Australia. So you can see what I've got here is some cardboard, and I've stuck some buttons either side to create the snapping noises. So they're my crocodile castanets. Next we have some maracas. These are very common percussion instruments. These are made from toilet rolls, 2 toilet rolls there, and on the top there I've stuck 2 little miniature cups together and filled them with buttons and rice. So that's our maracas, they're nice and noisy. The next thing I have is a rain stick. Now my rain stick is made from a similar kind of tube to a toilet roll, but it's much longer, usually found on the inside of a stick of alfoil or cling film or something. And what I've done is, you can't really see it because I covered it up to make it look nice, pierced the cardboard with little toothpicks all the way around to create sort of like a crisscross effect on the inside of the tube. And then I filled it with rice again, which is something that we all have a lot of in the house at the moment. And when you tilt it, you can hear it sounds like a rainfall. Isn't that nice? Right, so that's the rain stick. The next 2 instruments I'm going to show you, I'm going to call them water percussion. So I'm just going to grab the camera and show you over here. I have a set of glasses here. Now you've got to be very careful if you do this one at home. Make sure you get an adult to help. And what I've done, I've filled each one with a very particular amount of water. Now if you hear, if I hit one of them, it makes a really lovely ringing sound. And this one's got a different amount of water. There's a different pitch. So each one sounds different. So I'm going to play a little song for you now, see if you can recognize it. Do you know what it was? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. That's right. Okay, now the next instrument is over here. Now, we're going to call this a water gong. So, we've got just a bowl of water set up, and inside the water, I've just got a measuring cup made from metal and a spoon. Now what I'm going to do is dip the cup inside the water whilst hitting it, and you can hear how the pitch changes. Oh my goodness, my glasses are just coming off. It's my favourite. I've grown quite fond of this instrument, and I think he's going to be my new friend during the lockdown period. This is chicken. So chicken is essentially just, he was a tub of yogurt once, but I ate it. He has a piece of string coming out the bottom, and I've tied a knot and just attached a sort of bobby pin up the top to hold it in place. And the way chicken works is I'm going to pull on this piece of string with a wet piece of cloth and make chicken talk. So let me just get myself organised. I've got my cloth, dip it in some water. And I'm wrapping the cloth around the chicken string. You ready? So that is Mr. Chicken. Now, we're going to cross over now to a friend of mine, also a colleague, Mr. Malcolm Struthers. He lives in Miramar, and he's going to show us some of the instruments that he has made over the years. Over to you, Malcolm.
Hi, it's Malcolm Struthers here, and I play the bass in the orchestra. When my friend Amy told me that she was going to show you how to make some musical instruments, I asked if I could show you some of the ones that I've made in my shed. Like this banjo. It's made out of an old biscuit tin and a bent fork. And this one is a mandolin, and it's made out of a cigar box with a tin lid thing here. And this is a ukulele, and it's made out of an old toy drum. So there you go. You can make an instrument out of pretty much anything. And as you can see, just like Amy's violin, they all have the same parts to them. They've got a long neck with strings stretched all the way across, and a bridge that transfers the sound into the box, which amplifies it and sends it out to your ears. So there you go. Start making and start playing. So if you didn't believe me before, here's a violin made out of a wine box. And this is what it sounds like.
Wow, Malcolm, they look amazing and they sound pretty good too. Chicken and I would like to encourage everyone at home to get creative and see what sort of sounds you can discover around the home. We'd also love for you to start making some instruments and send us some videos and pictures of those instruments that you make. Tune in on Thursday for the next educational video with the NZSO. Mā te wā!